Hey, what's up, rock stars? It's Rox, and I'm coming to you today with a review for Power Season 5, the finale. But first things first, the blood that Jesus shed for me way back on Calvary. The blood that gives us strength from day to day, it will never lose its power. Y'all, I know that's a first Sunday song, for communion and whatnot, but I didn't sing one last week, and that was a song that I actually had saved for first Sunday. So we went on ahead and used it this week. Y'all hold on to it till your next first Sunday, which we won't be here for Power, and recollect that in your minds. Oh, you guys, the finale. It was a whole lot. A lot of things happening. Tied up some loose ends for us, I guess. Didn't get the same, I felt real good about it feeling that I got at the end of last season's finale. Only because I know that this season will now change the path of the next two seasons of Power, and I'm not real happy. I don't think I'm gonna be real happy with the changes that are going to happen, but we'll talk about it more at the end of this video, you guys. So with no more further ado, let's get to it, shall we? Alright, you guys, so the show opens and Tommy's out of his mind. He's getting all coked up at the apartment. We see Tasha, she's missing her baby. I guess she's about to start the process of packing up her room. And then we see Ghost. He's looking for Angie, okay? She's not at her apartment. He calls her, leaves a message. I need to talk to you. Where are you? Well, Angie is getting interrogated by the team. They telling her everything that they know, but they're going to give her immunity if she goes on and, gives up the deeds on Ghost and Tommy. And that's right, we know he's Ghost, okay? And she was just like, yeah, I don't think you guys know anything. So she's bluffing. She thinks that they're bluffing. And they're like, you better come up with something or you going down. So she says, well, give me 24 hours. I'll give you my answer then. We jump back over to see Tasha. She's coming back to her apartment. And who should be in the lobby but that old weasel face Silva? I said, this motherfucker got his nerve showing back up. He want to talk to her. She tells him how, him running broke her heart. And he's trying to explain to her why he did it. But she says, keep your ass away from me. We see Keisha. She goes over to see Tommy. She's worried about him. She's been calling him all night. He won't answer the phone, okay? When she goes over there, of course, he's all coked up. He's trying to tell her to go. But she's, got to be ride or die for her man. She's not going. What's going on? I never saw you like this. She's all like, it's like I don't know you. I'm like, bitch, because you don't know him. He was like, you don't want to know me. He finally yells at her like, if you don't get the fuck out of here, you're going to get choked out. She's just like, fuck you, Tommy, all mad. And he was just like, wait a minute, Keisha, but Keisha ain't got time for Tommy no more, so she storms out. And I was like, fine, go. Shit. And then he gets a text message from Tasha. Ghost is about to pick you up. We got to talk. So then Ghost picks up Tommy, and, Tommy, he look a mess. He, feel a mess. And Ghost was like, what's up, Tommy? What's wrong with you? And Tommy tells him, that he was right about Teresi, that he was a snitch. And, Ghost act like he didn't know anything about it and says, well, it's all good, Tommy. We family, and that shit runs deeper than blood, Always gonna be the two of them. Just remember we're brothers, okay? Just remember those famous last words. So, where is everybody going to meet? All right, well, Tasha and Angie meet at their old high school first before anybody else gets there. And she tells Angie how Silva is back. And Angie was like, well, you know what? Whatever you got to do, you need to kind of keep him close because he could possibly be helpful to us. And then that's when Ghost and Tommy show up. And, first things first, let's make sure this bitch ain't wearing a wire. Okay, anybody can search her but Ghost. And then we get on to the business. She tells them about this Rico case, how, the prosecution is trying to jam her up and have her testify against Ghost and Tommy. She drawing on the little board, letting them know all the little tie-ins and who got what and who's implicated where and what they think about who. It all has to do with this whole Sandoval case. You guys, I have totally forgotten that Angela killed Sandoval. I didn't remember that until this episode. I was like, oh yeah, now that's why she's so for sure got to get herself clear, because she's a murderer as well. We forgot about that, y'all. Did you forget? I sure forgot. Anyway, she tells them that they're trying to prove a bunch of crimes, but they don't have no sure anything. And as long as nobody talks, then They should all be good. At the same time, we see the prosecution team, they're trying to build their case against Angela as well. They know that those 4 people probably are not going to speak, the 4 people being Tommy, Tasha, Angie, and Ghost. They're probably not going to speak, so they've got to go out and put the pressure on anybody that might know about them. And at the same time, Ghost is telling Angie, like, okay, we know us 4 ain't going to speak, but we ain't the only 4 that know about us. So she tells them the same thing. We got to get out there and make sure the people that know about us don't speak. Okay, so that would be Keisha, that would be Proctor, that would be Dre. So both Angie and her strange bedfellows team of Ghost, Tommy, and Tasha, and the prosecution team, everybody got to get out there and put the hammer on anybody that might know about these 4. The one little niche in the whole thing, though, is the prosecution has Silva. Okay, with his stupid ass gonna sit up there and say, I only agreed to help you guys, so I can clear Tasha. I know that Tasha is innocent. For the rest of those criminals, he can't say the same, but he gonna clear his boo, Tasha. I said, you are such a fool. He plans on getting her to flip. After their meeting and everybody is supposed to be leaving, Ghost stops Angie and he just wants to know where they stand. She says, Jamie, if I wanted to save myself, I would have done it last night. You would have never heard from me or anything again. Okay, I'm trying to help everybody out here. Ghost still wants to talk, and she says, we'll talk about it when everything is over, because I guess they still got plans on being together. Now, jumping over to Dre, we see him having sex in his apartment. Fuck, what else does Dre have to do? He's been taken away off of his post. While he is on top of his girl, he sees in a mirror that somebody is breaking in his place. They try to kill him, shoot him. He get into a shootout, him and his girl. She busts a nigga over the head with a bottle, and he shoots the 2 that came to kill him. And then he looks in the pocket of one of them and he sees the card, the Jimenez card that usually lets you know that there's been a hit put out on your life by the cartel. Okay, so now he's all shaken up. So he tells his baby mama and the baby, like, you know what, y'all go to your mama's house, go on, and I'll call you later. So now he meets with Angie. And he has a little bit more incentive to talk. So he wants this immunity. What do we need to do? She says, okay, I'll get you an immunity blanket, whatever. Okay, but you also have to say that Alicia was the person who ordered the hit on Lobos and Sandoval. He says that's perfectly fine. She says, it's just you that I need to be protecting, right? He says, yes, me and my daughter. I don't even give a fuck about the baby mama. I said, boy, I'm telling you, these niggas sure ain't shit, ain't they? Okay. Even Angie was like, wow. Okay. All right. Well, whatever you say. After that meeting with Angie, he rushes and he meets with 2-Bit. I guess he tells 2-Bit that he needs like a bulletproof vest or something. So 2-Bit was like, what's going on? And he was like, I got to go. He tells him about the card of death that was intended for him. Now he's just about to be on the run. He need a bunch of money and he's gonna be gone until shit cool down. And 2-Bit was like, well, Alicia gonna find you, so where you think you gonna go? So Dre has bigger things to worry about. He tells him how the prosecution wants him to say that Alicia was the one who ordered these hits on Lobos and Sandoval, but actually when he get in there, he gonna say that it was Ghost and Tommy. 2-Bit is listening to this like, so you a snitch? And Dre was like, well, I got a damn daughter to protect. All right, so what fuck else you want me to do? So he gonna put them 2 up, and he gonna just be on the run for a while until shit calms down, and then he gonna come back on the scene. But 2-Bit looking at him like, yeah, I don't think that's gonna work out. Okay, Dre was like, all I got is you and Spanky. Are you guys down? And 2-Bit tells him that they are, but I think 2-Bit got his good eye on old Dre. Now that Tasha's got her new orders, she goes and talks to Silva. Now she just told him to leave her the fuck alone, but now she got to tuck her tail, so Silva, did you really mean that you would divorce James, so we could be together and start our lives over? I'm trying to figure out why he's so fucking sprung, and they done did it 2-3 times, and what? Like, this is so foolish. He tells her about this RICO Act case against James, and how everybody gonna go down, and she needs to go on and turn him in, that she don't owe him nothing. Now that's how stupid he is. Like, don't you realize this is her husband, this is her children's father? Why can't he get that through his damn mind? You need to come up with a different way. And then here he go with the stern daddy voice. Well, Tasha, I know that you're innocent, but you need to turn James in. I was just like, ugh. Kill him already. I didn't think the nigga was gonna come back, but now that he's back on the show, okay, I was just like, his days is numbered. It's just a matter of when. Now, first Cher goes to talk to Councilman Tate. Councilman Tate is in his whole government, public servant mode, come on in. Okay, have a seat. First Cher don't feel like sitting down. We need information on James St. Patrick. Give us information on him and we'll help you get this governor's seat, okay? Because we did a little research into your financials and yeah, shit don't check out for you either. And I know you don't think you're going to be able to become a governor if they know you've been, skimming off the pot. Put a little something for Councilman Tate to think about. Tasha, now that she's done with that dumbass Silva, she goes and talks to Keisha. It ain't no, hey girl, how you doing or nothing. It's, I need your help again. And Keisha was like, you got your fucking nerves. Now, I just lied for you just the other day. You don't come in here and say hi or nothing. You just want me to lie again? You ain't even been around this whole time. Didn't thank me for what I did. I held it down for 3 hours. I said, oh, 3 hours have you? Okay. Tasha been holding this shit down for years. Girl, your little 3 hours that you lied. Even though we thank you for it, but still. Keisha was like, you don't even care. Like, do you see that I've been crying? You don't even care about that? And Tasha was like, you know what? You're right. I'm a terrible friend. Okay, let me try to change the course of this argument and try to get Keisha on my side. Tasha said she ain't been the same since Raina passed. And Keisha was like, I know. And gives her a hug like, it's going to be okay, girl. And then Tasha was like, so you gonna help me out? And Keisha was like, ain't this about a bitch? You gonna really ask me that? Haven't I been loyal to you and your fucking family this whole damn time? Tasha tries to pull the old, if we go down, you go down card too as well. And, well, it don't really do well for Keisha. She's like, you know what, bitch? I'm tired of you sitting here insulting me. Get the fuck out. I said, oh, Tasha, see, now Keisha is too much of a, you can't afford to have that girl out there all acting on broken hearts and shit. She a problem and you just probably made it worse. So when she gets thrown out, she texts Tommy and says, you need to get your girl in line. I said, okay, we might have to kill old Keisha too. Now, Overly Dedicated goes and hits up Keisha. She walking down the street and she fresh mad off of the shit that just happened with Tasha and Tommy. So Overly Dedicated is trying to get her to flip. Okay, tells her that he knows about them running money through her shop. But they could keep her safe if she goes on and says something too, lets her know about her son and you just might lose your son behind all of this shit. She try to keep it strong, you're wasting your time. But the bitch nervous. So she goes to see Tommy. Tommy knows that he needs to get his girl together, and so he's nice now. He done cleaned up the place. He ain't coked out no more. Okay, come on in, baby. Sits her on down. He says, listen, the old Tommy used to be coked out and, getting high off my own supply, and I don't really do that shit no more, but this morning, I did go on and do it. Okay, and she was like, I understand. It's because your dad is dead, right? And he was like, how you know that? And she says, well, Overly Dedicated just had me in the car and he told me that Ghost did it. And if you don't flip on Ghost, then they're going to take away my business and my child. He says, no, they won't. All right, and then that's when you see him start reaching down underneath his couch for his old, handy dandy gun. I said, oh, Keisha, girl, this is going to be it. This is the biggest test. You don't even know it. He tells her how he's not going to let any of that happen, that they're not going to take her kid. And she was like, I know you're not no snitch or anything, but still, does Ghost even deserve your loyalty? Well, they just had that conversation earlier, right? They brothers. He's thinking to himself like, okay, I guess I'm going to have to do it. He says, listen, Keisha, if you don't want to be with me on this, it's fine. You ain't got to. You go on about your life, you and your kid, okay, and we ain't never got to deal with each other no more. And I said, and footnote, I'm gonna kill your ass right here on this couch. Then he says, or you can stick with me, you can believe and trust me, nothing's gonna happen to you, but you gotta be all in. All right, so he got his gun. I'm telling you, it's like right down here like this. And she looks around and then she says, I am all in. And then he put the gun back underneath the couch. And then he goes on and kisses her like, thank you. I don't have to kill you and be cleaning up blood in my damn apartment today. I said, girl, them 3 last words just saved your life. Now, Proctor goes to see Ghost, and of course Ghost is still salty about the whole wire thing, and Proctor was like, I'm not wearing no damn wire, like, this is the thanks that I get, and Ghost was like, he don't know what he can trust with Proctor, but Proctor tells him, look, there is this whole Rico case, Sandoval, they're trying to link you guys to the whole Sandoval killing, and now they have seen Silva talking to Overly Dedicated. Ghost was like, Silva, he's back? Okay, Ghost didn't know that. Yep, he's back, and Silva links them all through Angela. So you need to tell the feds that Tommy told Teresi to kill them. Well, Ghost is not going to do that because I just told you about the brotherhood. The blood runs deeper than family. But Proctor tells him that's going to clear you. That's going to clear Angie. That's going to clear Proctor. Everybody going to be clear. Okay, Tommy going to have to go down for this one. And then we see Angie with her sister. Her sister trying to tell her, girl, you need to turn Ghost in. You going to have to take this deal. Angie still loves Ghost. She can't do that. Her sister tells her to think about her family and think about her career. And she was like, girl, my career is over. And she was like, that's fine if it's over. All right, you can start over. You can move in with me if you have to. Stay on my couch, but you just have to think about yourself first and do it without Jamie. Do not put him in your plans of your future. Just whatever you need, I'm gonna be here for you. And Angie was like, well, listen, I got one more plan. If you trust me, I think it's going to work. Okay, just let me do this. So she goes home and Ghost is in her place. She's like, are you crazy? We cannot be seen together. But Ghost is feeling good. He's handled Proctor. Angela says that she's handled Dre. So now what? Okay, everybody's feeling a little bit more relieved. What happens now, once all this is over? He tells her that it's going to be a new beginning. I was like, why don't you two just leave each other the fuck alone? Maybe the two of you guys is the reason why this continues to happen. She wants to believe that the two of them can be together, though, and that's the problem, okay? I'm not really sure what Ghost is thinking, if he really is thinking that they're going to be together after this or not, okay? He's so conniving. It's hard to... This episode was the first time that it was really hard for me to figure out what Ghost was feeling for Angie. Now, Ghost goes and talks to Councilman Tate, and it's the groundbreaking for the building. And remember all the fanfare that Ghost wanted? Well, it's here today. Councilman Tate pulls him to the side, though, and tells him that he's not going to announce his bid for governorship just yet because the federal prosecution is looking into this investigation on Tommy Egan. Okay, so the governor's thing is on the back burner, and Ghost was like, oh no, you said you was going to do it, you're going to do it today. Councilman Tate tells him that he needs to cooperate with the feds, and Ghost was like, you want me to be a snitch? Yes, do whatever you got to do if you want this project off the ground. And Ghost was like, listen, I'm not doing that. I'm not snitching or anything. None of this is going to hurt you. None of this is going to hit you. I need you to give me your word like I gave you my word. Get your ass up on that podium and tell him that you're running for governor. Ghost has convinced Councilman Tate, and he gets up there and he announces that he's running for governor. And then Ghost gets up there. He talks about, his dream for this community, and this center will be a safe haven for parents and children. Okay, they can come here, yada, yada, yada. Him and his wife are there. And who should be in the audience but the Maria Suarez? Okay, you guys remember her from the first season. She is from the very first episode, the girl that Ghost let go when they killed her boyfriend Miguel. She's in the audience. She's listening. She is horrified. I thought she was going to scream out something there, but she didn't. Then when the presentation was over, Ghost talks to Tasha. Why you didn't tell me that your nigga Silva was back? Tasha acts like she didn't know. He was like, well, you need to stay away from him because he's working with the feds. And she says, I will. Shit, can I go? Gets in her car and leaves. So then Tasha meets with Terry in a parking lot. She asks him, how did he know about this whole Rico case? Nigga, you just be lying. And of course, he's the same old thing. He trying to get her to turn. You need to turn in James. She not gonna do that. She not gonna put her baby daddy in jail. You need to put it on somebody else. Put it on Proctor. Let him be the one. And then she's like, please don't let me down again. And then she starts to kiss him. And then in what has to be the stupidest and most corny scene on the whole season, I almost feel like, they get wrapped up in the passion, and he pulls down his pants and opens her pants, and then they have sex right there on the side of the car. So fucking stupid. Why y'all fucking and y'all about to go to fucking jail? Don't make no damn sense. Who got time for this fucking niggatry? And then we see James. He on the other side of the parking lot, and he looking around the side. He all peeking around the side of Tasha and Silva fucking over there. I said, oh, now he gonna get in his ego and he gonna kill Silva. Just wait. Jumping over to 2-Bit, 2-Bit tells Tommy Dre is gonna snitch on him. And Tommy was like, how do I know I can trust you? 2-Bit tells Tommy about the whole deal that Dre and Ghost had. Ghost was supposed to kill the Jimenez boy, and Dre was supposed to kill Jason. But Kanan told him if anything happened to him, then he need to come and talk to Tommy. 2-Bit feels like they need to take care of Dre. And Tommy says, you know what, I'm in, but I need to make a call, so skedaddle. And then Tommy makes a call. And he says, all right, I got a sure-in line on Dre. I'm going to kill his ass. I'm letting you know. And then the person on the line must say, wait a minute, don't kill him. And he was just like, don't kill him. You got a better idea? Okay, next scene we see Dre. He's meeting Angela, I'm supposing that same place that he had met her before, at some old secluded underground, whatever the fuck it was. And instead of Angela showing up, he gets caught up in a shootout. Okay, people trying to kill him. He pull out his gun, he's shooting and killing folks back. And then we sort of see a flash of Tommy, and I was like, now Tommy is there. Now what's happening here? They shoot him, and then he gets shot in the leg. I said, oh, Dre, this is about to be it for you, bruh. But then Dre sees a glimmer of hope. It's a window. He runs and hurls his body through the window, and he's outside, and then a van pulls up, and the door opens, and it says, if you want to live, get in this van. Well, he wants to live, so he jumps in the van, and it's old boy that Angie was fucking. He was like, if you sign this immunity right now, you'll be safe, and you'll get the witness protection, okay? If you don't sign it now, then I can throw you back out there to your boys who want to get you. All right, now Tommy has everybody kind of held back, and I was like, what is this? And then I said, oh, this is Tommy and Angie working together. So Dre, of course, got the hell scared out of him. So he goes on ahead and signs that paperwork pronto. That's when old boy texts Angie and says, okay, he signed. And then that's when Angie texts Tommy and says he signed. Okay, so now we ain't got to worry about Dre. He already signed his confession. He can't turn it around and say that Ghost and Tommy was in on the hit with Lobos and Sandoval. So that's taken care of. But of course, the rest of the team that's with Tommy don't know. So 2-Bit and Spanky and the rest of the boys was like, we just gonna let him go? And Tommy was like, don't even worry about that right now. Y'all say y'all want to work, right? Okay, let's go get this weight moved. So at least Dre for now is out of the picture, you guys. Something tells me that Dre will not die. I have a feeling Dre is not going to die at all. But I don't believe that Dre will even be there next season. He probably won't return until the final season, they say, until season 7. I think he's going to have to be in witness protection, but I think he's going to eventually show back up. But that's just kind of what I feel. Anyway, getting back to the show, we see MC Lyte. I said, oh, no, paper thin. Girl, that MC Lyte hair was fucked up. You know, she was a judge. I was like, why your MC Lyte looking so rough? She wasn't a judge. She was a lawyer. She actually was the lawyer for Silva. And they're meeting with the judge. She and Angie's lawyer, they've called in Overly Dedicated and First Chair. She's saying that y'all shouldn't have nothing else to do with Andre Coleman because he's already said that Alicia ordered the hit on Lobos and Sandoval. So y'all don't need Dre any longer, right? Okay, that's what she's there for. First Chair says, well, they already had Dre saying that Angie was a part of it. And she says, well, of course he did. I mean, this won't be the first time that, you know, the prosecution has pressured a witness to say some shit that wasn't true. And the whole time that they're there, Angie's lawyer is also in the background listening to everything go down. Okay, well, where is Silva? She was like, I don't know. He was supposed to be here 30 minutes ago. I said, honey, Silva dead. Okay, well, he's fucking in the garage, and then he probably did after that. After this little blow to the case, you know what, First Chair is over it. He go back to his office, he packing his shit up like, fuck this, okay? I done got my promotion, my corner office, I'm over everybody in D.C. Get the hell away from all of this bullshit that's going on here. So he packing up his stuff, and Overly Dedicated was like, wait a minute, where you going? What you doing? And he was like, I'm out. And Overly Dedicated was like, you can't just leave me with my dick in my hands. Come on, we got to finish this how we started. We got a witness. Maria Suarez, remember her? She came back today and she real hot under the collar. She mad. She want to turn Ghost in. She's the only one that could tie Ghost to James St. Patrick. Again, First Chair says, good luck with what you got. I'm out. So now Overly Dedicated has his one last card to pull. Okay, he go over to Tommy's house. Tommy over there kicking it with his girl Keisha. But when he sees who's at the door, he tell her to go hide. Okay, he answers the door. What you want? And Overly Dedicated was like, hey, I'm just here to give my condolences for your daddy. Okay, I heard what happened. You know Ghost did it, right? Well, Tommy knows that Ghost didn't do it, so you lying. Oh, yeah, Ghost did do it, and Angie was a snitch. She's the one who actually told him that Teresi was working with the feds. Tommy says, well, he was a snitch, right? He working with the feds. Well, if he was a snitch, he deserved to die. And Overly Dedicated was like, yeah, you might be right about that, but does it matter if you knew who he was snitching on? And then he plays the recording of Teresi talking to First Chair and Overly Dedicated, saying that Ghost was the one who ordered the hit on Sandoval and that he didn't have any information on Tommy. Tommy was innocent. He didn't know nothing about Tommy, his businesses, anything. Of course, when he lets Tommy hears that, even though Tommy tries to not let Overly Dedicated know, we can see that the wheels is turning in Tommy's head and it's not good wheels, So Overly Dedicated got Tommy thinking that Ghost and Angie came up with this plan. So then Overly Dedicated, throws in the dramatics and says, what, he loved you and he was protecting you. And of course, that's the words that kills Tommy the most. He done killed his damn daddy who loved and was trying to protect him. So Overly Dedicated was like, I'm gonna let you go now. Okay, tell Keisha I said hi. And, he leaves and Keisha was like, you killed your father, huh? See, that's why we got to get away from Ghost and Tasha. Tommy was all like, he told me that he didn't snitch on me, but I didn't believe him. He's mad that Ghost didn't say anything to him. They was just together. Okay, Ghost act like he didn't even know nothing about what happened to Teresi. And turns out that he was wrapped up in all of this. So now Tommy tells Keisha he got to go. All right, and Keisha already knows. And then she tells him that, and when you get back, I'll be here. I said, oh, look at Keisha. I guess she determined to be this ride or die. Shit might work out, Keisha. It might turn around for old Keisha next season, y'all. We see Angie. She done had a long-ass day, bitch tired. All right, she take it on home. She's meeting with Tasha. They're going to have wine. Did you want red or white? Oh, white is fine. She was like, it was a great plan for you not to have Silver show up at the, at his testifying today. And Tasha was like, I did not have Silver not show up. That was your plan with Ghost. And Andrew was like, it was not my plan with Ghost. I ain't even seen Ghost since earlier today. Tommy comes in and says, oh yeah? Was it your plan to tell Ghost about Teresi? She says, yes, it was my plan, but I did it to protect you. Tommy says, oh really? Well, Ghost went to Vincent. And Vincent had me kill Teresi, my dad. And then Overly Dedicated comes to my house and lets me hear a tape that said that my dad snitched on Ghost. And he wasn't snitching on me. So you guys set up for me to kill Teresi so that you guys can be in the clear. She says that is not true. That is not how it happened. I said, girl, it ain't true, but it sure sounds like how it could be. Girl, you was in a pickle now. Child, Tommy got his gun out and his silencer and he's pointed at her. And Tasha's like, you just don't know how long I waited for this. I said, oh, Tasha, you ain't this cold-blooded, are you? You could actually sit up there and watch this woman get killed? I was like, oh, Tasha, girl, you something else, ain't you? So they're about to shoot Angie, and I was like, well, this is it, girl. And then she come up with a plea. She was like, wait a minute, did they show you pictures? Like, how do you know about Teresi and, the feds? And he says, yeah, they showed me pictures. She said, you need to get the pictures back because I took those pictures with my phone. And those pictures are going to trace back to me, and then it's going to trace to you. Overly Dedicated won't have any reason to believe that Ghost went to the Italians with that information. So then, Tasha's listening to this whole thing, and she says, wait a minute, Tommy, you know what, she right. Okay, don't kill the bitch right now. So Tommy leaves out, and when Tasha's leaving, Angie says, listen, I did not have James kill Silva. Okay, if he did it on his own. And Tasha's just like, well, what else is new? Would you be surprised if he did? The nigga don't never tell us nothing. He always planning his own shit without telling everybody anyway. So then Tommy goes and talks to Vincent, and Vincent is telling him, look, I know I asked a lot of you. You had to kill your dad and everything. You know what? This is just going to wipe the slate clean. We can start out fresh from here. Tommy asked him for the pictures. Who did you get the pictures from? Okay, your boy, your partner, the black guy, Ghost. Tommy says, and he wanted you to kill Teresi. And Vincent was like, no, actually, he said that he wanted you to kill Teresi. It's like, this is bad news for you, Ghost. Vincent was just like, well, look, here, let me give you these pics, okay? Well, you sure got a strange mix of friends, okay? But one thing you and I have in common, we monsters. And we gonna do what monsters do. But like I said, it's all over, okay? We can start fresh. And Tommy says, oh, no, it's not all over. I got one more thing I gotta do. I said, and I bet you I can guess what it is. Angie gets a visit from her lawyer. And she's thinking that everything is over. Ain't nobody talked. Nope, it's not over. There's one last witness that can tie Ghost to James St. Patrick. This chick, Maria Suarez. Have you heard of her? Nope, never heard of her. Well, back when Truth opened, they had kidnapped her and her boyfriend. They let her go, but they killed the boyfriend, and she heard them call James Ghost. and Ghost was the one that let her go. And you said something earlier about, you know, Silva not showing up. Like, how did you know he was missing? Now, jumping over to Proctor, then again, Ghost really ain't got too many words for Proctor, but whatever. Proctor says, listen, prosecution has a female witness. They say that's going to implicate you and say that you are Ghost. And it's a female witness. Who the fuck do you think it is? It's only 2 women in this investigation, and Tasha is not going to let you go to jail. So the other woman would be Angela. Wake up. She's about to turn you in. You about to go to jail. You about to go down for this. What are you going to do about it? And I guess Ghost has a whole lot to think about with Angela. So he calls her to meet with him back at the high school. You know, they talking about, you know, them loving each other, their relationship or some shit. He also wants to know about what she said earlier, you know, how she always saves herself and, you know, himself or whatnot. You know, basically these 2 don't trust each other. She want to know if he killed Silva. He want to know if she's the other woman that Proctor is talking about testifying against him. Yeah, this ain't gonna work out. I said, girl, go on and tell him that it's the Maria Suarez girl. At least say that part. She didn't even say that. So as of now, he still thinks that Angela probably is the one that is talking. But anyway, she tells him, this ain't gonna work. When all this shit is over, and it is over, we all going to jail. At the least, we doing that, okay? Probably will be a whole lot more. But when this is all done, you can best believe that we don't need to deal with each other any longer. She's walking out the door and then Ghost stops her and says, wait, Angie, you know, I didn't kill Silva. He can't have his girl thinking that he just out there killing folks willy-nilly like that. But we get a flashback of Ghost in the parking lot. I guess after Silva, I said, damn, Silva done finished fucking. He ain't even been able to clean his shit off. And child Ghost come up behind him and choke the nigga out there right next to his car. I was cracking up. I was so happy to see that shit go down. I mean, just choked him out. You know, Silva just, I was cracking up. But he tells Angela, no, I did not kill him. And that's when she goes back into his arms and they embrace and they kiss. Okay, these 2, this most sickening ass love story between the 2 of them. After they finish kissing, she looks up and she sees Tommy. Tommy is pointing the gun down. From Tommy's vantage point, he can only really see Ghost, so it's obvious that he's trying to kill Ghost. But she pushes Ghost out the way, and then, of course, Tommy shoots Angie. Well, if he can't get Ghost, might as well get the bitch that he loves so much. Ghost looks down, and then he looks up there, he sees Tommy. You know, Tommy got his look on his face like this, and Ghost was like, I said, that was the most heart-drenching, animalistic, guttural scream. Like, I guess he said no, but I was just like, oh, Ghost, your girl done got shot. Poor Angela. She just trying to save everybody so she could be with her man, and she done end up getting shot right there in the chest cavity. Okay, now, that's how the show ends. He's just going, Angie, and then that's it. Do I think that Angie's dead? No, I don't think Angie's dead. I don't think that Angie will be dead. Okay, but if Angie is dead, that will definitely seal the case. That's it. Ghost and Tommy. Where's no going back with Ghost and Tommy right now? Even if she doesn't die, if she does die, Ghost at least knows that Tommy was coming there to kill him. So, yeah, I don't think that there's no turning back between the 2 of them. And I really don't think I'm going to enjoy a season where Ghost and Tommy are going against each other. Because with all of the shit that Ghost has done that has gotten on our nerves, and all of the shit that Tommy has done that has fucked things up, that has forced Ghost to do the things that he has done, I at least understood that those 2 had some sort of you know, the brotherhood still ran deep where they wouldn't go against each other. Now knowing that these 2 are definitely going to go against each other and be each other's enemy because Ghost loves Angela. I just hate to think of that. I don't think I'm going to enjoy the show as much knowing that there's a rivalry between the 2 of them this deep. But like I said, I don't see it turning back for Tommy and Ghost because Tommy has killed his girlfriend for Ghost. He killed his dad because of Ghost. And he's over it now. No more. We all know the reasons why it's happened that way. It's just unfortunate. But I don't think I'm going to enjoy that. Like, I don't think I'm going to like those 2 being at each other's head. It's going to be the worst if Angela dies. But I honestly don't think that she's going to die. There's theories out there that Ghost and Tasha will end up back together. I don't know if I see that happening as well. Tasha hates Ghost. I don't really think Ghost wants Tasha. I think that was his ego. Okay, I guess no man wants to see his wife fucking another man, even if you guys aren't together anymore. Okay, so he had to go on and, put the pause on the old Silva. But I don't think that was about Tasha. I think that was more just about him. And him just being mad at the time, jealous even. What else is the other things that I am hearing going around? There was no, what the boy name? Tariq in this episode. I didn't even think of Tariq. But Tariq, I still feel like is going to have a bigger role in the show next season. We already see the little drug dealer, starting to happen, and Vincent has agreed to work with him, so that's going to happen next season. What else? They're going to have to get a hold of this Maria Suarez girl and kill her off, okay, because she seems to be the one. That bitch is the rock in somebody's shoe, huh? The very first episode is still giving Ghost grief. I already told you guys that I think that Dre probably won't be back next season, but probably be back in season 7. And that'll probably be it. That'll probably be it. But you guys let me know what you guys think, can predict for next season, what may or may not happen. Do you think Angie is dead? I don't think she's dead, but we'll see next season. It was a good season. Ups and downs. I have a feeling that a lot of people aren't as happy this season as they have in the past, but that's how it goes. But you guys, they say it's only going to be 7 seasons, so we are going to be moving on to season 6, and then they're going to wrap it up in season 7. So just 2 more years, y'all. Y'all be all right. Alright, you guys, so that is it. Make sure that you rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'm itsrox. The channel is for itsrox, and everything else I do will be in the bottom bar. Alright. So I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, and I plan on doing the same. Till next time, rock stars. Bye.